What is up, guys? Team Megafails here with another deck profile, and guess what? We just got a new ban list, and you know what that means? We have to do a Burning Abyss updated deck profile. Even though I just uploaded one a week ago, well, the deck just got an extra boost. We now have Graf and Seer to 3, so the only thing missing at 3 is Beatrice, and then we're set. Then we have everything, full power, and then the deck is just, it's even crazier than it already is. But today we're going to be taking a look at a Burning Abyss list that I'm playing that is post-new ban list that we're getting, in addition to an update from last week's list that I wanted to change some cards up in. So I'm not really going to preface too much. I'm just going to hop right into the profile because I don't see a point in wasting time. But you already know what it's going to look like. Of course, we're going to have 3 Seer and 3 Graf. That's just obvious. The best Burning Abyss monsters. You can't go wrong with 3 Graf and 3 Seer. The loops with Seer and Dante are going to be insane over and over and over again. It's just the deck is super ridiculous now and really consistent. Triple Farfa, still want to have board elimination, some way to slow your opponent down. And Farfa is definitely going to do that for you. It's going to completely slow your opponent's deck and force them to do more difficult plays and things that may not work as well for them in the long run. Then I'm only playing 2 Skarm still. I think last list that I posted, I was only playing 2 Skarm. I don't think you need more than 2, to be perfectly honest. It's good, but it's not like the best Burning Abyss monster, one that you want to see all the time. Then for the one-ofs, 1 Barbar, 1 Libic, and 1 Alec. I opted to cut the Calcab. I don't think that Calcab is completely necessary right now. I think that having these 3 as your one-ofs is perfectly fine. Libic is probably the most important of these 3. And if you were to have Calcab, it'd still be the most important of the 4 at that point. But I think that Libic is a very strong monster. Moving on to the other engine cards, of course, Triple Tour Guide. You have to play Triple Tour Guide. Obviously, you don't want to get hit with like an Ash or something, or Veiler or an Imperm. But with Graf and Seer at 3, now you don't have to rely on Tour Guide as much. You can rely more so on Graf than anything else, and that actually helps you out more. Then we have Double Rhino Warrior. This doesn't need a lot of explanation. I think 2 is still good. It's another Burning Abyss monster, basically, and it allows you to basically go through your deck, get more cards that are going to assist you in doing combos and different kinds of plays, and definitely boost your advantage a little bit. Then we play 1 Backjack. I don't think that you need more than 1 of this. I've always been a firm advocate of just playing 1. I just don't think you need more than that. Moving on to some hand traps, though, we have, of course, the triple Ash Blossom. And I know what you guys are thinking. Maybe I'm playing Nibiru, because every single list that I post for the most part is Ash and Nibiru. I'm not playing Nibiru in this list, actually, believe it or not. I am substituting right now for Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. So if you guys want to play a different hand trap, you can. I am just playing this right now as a filler. I'm not sure if I'm going to change this or if I'm going to leave it. I'm undecided right now, but for right now I'm playing this card. It does do some burn damage, which is nice because combo decks are still going to keep playing, and then you could possibly hurt them in time, maybe. That's kind of the big benefit, but that is a strong hand trap nonetheless. It's definitely interchangeable, though. Whatever you guys want to swap it for, absolutely, by all means, do it. That's the monster count, though. I believe it's 26, if I'm correct. Pretty large monster count, to be honest. If you don't count the hand traps, it's 20, so it's kind of standard. Spell cards. 3, Forbidden Droplet. This card is going to be insane, this format. Absolutely insane. VFD is going to be running rampant. Be prepared. You're just going to see a lot of VFD. Virtual World is going to be really good. Drighton is going to be pretty solid, too. So, like, this card is ridiculously powerful, and I'm actually almost considering this to be a necessity at this point for a lot of decks. So if you have the availability to put some funds into getting some droplets, go for it. They're expensive, but it is something that I think is going to be something necessary. Then we have Triple Imperm for the trap lineup. I don't play any other spells other than Droplet, by the way. I'm not playing Foolish. I don't think Foolish is worth it, considering we have everything at full power right now. Triple Imperm, though, I think that Imperm is a really good hand trap, and it gives us access to 9 hand traps in our deck, which is still really good. And on top of that, even if you go first, you can set the Imperm, or you can get it off of a trap trick, which is also pretty cool. Then we have Triple Prison. Ice Dragon's Prison is a really powerful card this format. I'm getting a little glare here, so I'm just going to tilt these whenever I put them down. But Ice Dragon's Prison is a ridiculously powerful card. I've been playing this either in the main deck or side deck of every single deck that I've been playing for the most part. Like last night, I went to Locals. I actually got first place at Locals last night with Unchained. I sided this card in for a majority of the matches, and it cleaned house. So Ice Dragon's Prison, fully worth playing. Then we have the Triple Paleozoic Dynamiscus. This should go without question. It's a banish. It's a removal card, which is just really important. And then we have the Double Trap Trick. Double Trap Trick, I think, is also extremely important, being able to fetch whatever trap card you need from your deck. That is the main deck, though. Should be 40 cards exact. We're going to hop on over to the extra deck. Hopefully the glare isn't too bad. I don't know why I'm getting a glare off these. I never get a glare off of this. I've been having trouble with the lighting all day today trying to figure this out. Still a little bit of a glare, so I'll tilt these up. 2 Dante. I don't think you need 3. 2 is perfectly fine. You summon your Dante. You can go into multiple plays. You can do Gravity Controller. You can do Masquerena, stuff like that. So Dante is the best card ever. Everyone knows that, though. 1 Levier. This is... I don't think I need a lot of explaining for this, but for people who don't know why I play this in BA, because a lot of people think, oh, you played in Phantom Knights, but why BA? You play it because you can recur your Backjack. In addition to that, you also have the option of bringing back a banished target from your Barbar, or if your opponent banishes something from grave, you could also bring it back with Levier. So Levier is actually really powerful. 1 Downward Magician. This is for the Zeus play. I don't think that should need a lot of explanation. You attack with an Xyz monster, or you just make an Xyz monster, and then you attack, and then after that, you summon the Downward, and then after you've done the attacking, summoning the Downward, then you go into Zeus. So that doesn't need a lot of explaining, though. 1 Beatrice. This is obviously what we're dealing with right now. I wish we could have 3, but we probably won't get 3 of this card back. If we do, I'd be very surprised. But at the same time, I wouldn't complain if we got it back to 3. That'd be fantastic. Then we do play the 1 Zeus. That doesn't need a lot of explaining, to be honest. It's Zeus. It's a board wipe. Not even just like a monster or a spell and trap. It's both. Just get rid of everything on the field, which is pretty sweet. Then we play Pilgrim. I just like playing Pilgrim. I'm an advocate of playing this card because nobody thinks that you're going to summon it off of Beatrice for the most part, unless they know how the deck works. But yeah, most people just don't care about Beatrice, so you summon that, you start drawing cards and recurring BA effects in grave, which is crazy. Moving on to the extra deck, though, there's 1 card in here that I'm probably going to change, but I'll show the list off with it in here anyways. But I also like to give you guys options of things that you can play so you can see what the options are. So we have 1 Gravity Controller. This is just really, really strong. If you open up like a Seer and another BA monster, you can make your Dante in the extra monster zone. You link it for the Gravity Controller. You summon the Dante back, add the Seer back, discard the Seer, and make the Beatrice. And then you have Gravity Controller and Beatrice, which is pretty good. Then for the Link 2s, 1 Cherubini and 1 Masquerena. Cherubini is surprisingly underwhelming in this deck, but if you have a good chunk of BA cards in your hand or the ability to combo off, Cherubini is actually pretty good, I'm not going to lie. And then Masquerena is just good for your ending combo with Masquerena and Beatrice, which is accessible through Just Tour Guide. Just Tour Guide gets you there, which is pretty cool. Then some Nightmare cards. We play Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn. This is kind of something standard that I've been playing in BA for a long time. I don't think that this really needs to change. It's a really, really good ratio to have. It's just spot removal, which is also fantastic. So playing the typical lineup there. Now we do play for the Link 4s, 1 Access Code Talker. This card is ridiculously powerful. You're almost guaranteed to have a 5,300 or at least a 4,300 attack point monster in that of Access Code Talker. I just think the card is super strong. Definitely worth playing. Then the last card, this is the card that's interchangeable. I play 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. So there are times where you can use your Cherubini and your Masquerena to make this on your opponent's turn, which is pretty cool. However, I think that Boral Sword is actually a better pick because it gives you better OTK accessibility. So this will probably get swapped for Borrelsword, but you can play the Avermax if you want to. It's kind of like preference, whatever you want to do. I'm very on the fence. I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm leaning towards Borrelsword. Moving on to the side deck, though. In our side deck, we have 3 Artifact Lancia. This card is going to be a major helper in the meta. This card is just super strong, being able to shut off a lot of decks right now that are going to be relevant. Being able to stop your opponent from banishing as a whole is very important. So triple Lancia all the way. Then triple Gamseel. I mean, it's a kaiju. it's an elimination of a card on your opponent's field. It's nothing super fancy or flashy, but I think that Gamseel is actually decent because VFD, if your opponent doesn't shotgun VFD, then you have the ability to tribute it. You can tribute their Herald if you want to. That's another option if they're playing Dryton. And then there's a bunch of other decks too that are going to have negations that you can get rid of. It also gets rid of Dragoon, which is very important. This deck doesn't have an easy out to Dragoon outside of Droplet. Droplet obviously outs it, but Dragoon is definitely going to get eliminated by Gamseel. Then the last monster that we play in the side deck would be the 1 Pancratops. My heart and soul in that of Pancratops. Love this card. And the fact that like you don't have to worry about your BAs getting auto-popped because you can get rid of this before you can go into your BA plays is pretty sweet. Then the spell cards, just back row removal, triple Twisters, and 1 Feather Duster. I don't think that... you know, I have to explain why we have back row removal. We need it in some way, shape, or form. If you're playing against a deck that's got a lot of back row, you could probably side out the droplets and something else and just toss these cards in. And that'll definitely do the job for you. Then the Spicy Tech in the side deck, Dimensional Barrier card is just pretty good going forwards. Synchros are still going to be super relevant, and I think Xyz monsters are going to be really relevant too. So keep in mind, Dimensional Barrier is probably your best bet as far as something to have as like a budget side deck option too, if you're playing a deck that's like more trap based, because you can get like commons for really cheap, and it counters a lot of the meta too. Then the last card, 1 Imperial Order. We don't have to worry about spell cards in this deck. We don't play a lot of them. You can just toss in the Imperial Order and just watch your opponent probably cry when you flip it if they're playing a spell deck and they don't have an out to it. Card's just super strong. So keep in mind, Imperial Order is very powerful. But that does bring the deck profile basically to a close here. I don't have anything else particularly to add that I haven't said before and that I probably won't say again in the future. You know, it's all the same stuff. It's Burning Abyss. We have another Graph and another Seer now, which is fantastic. Super excited about that. I might bring this deck to locals in the very near future. We will see, depending on my schedule. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below what you thought of the deck profile, what you want to see next, things like that, because I have most of the stuff that's relevant right now, and I might start posting some more ban lists related content. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you know exactly when we're posting videos. And for right now, this is Team Yugi Fails signing out.